YouTube, it is Renee, and today is November 19th, 2017, and welcome. I have some new subscribers. Thank you for finding me, and hopefully my journey is interesting for you. If you aren't aware, I do actually have videos from before I was ever sleeved, if you'd like to see some original video. So I'll give you my stats. I am 37, 5'5", and my highest known weight was 277.6 back in November of 2008. I had lost weight 3 times doing the whole diet exercise thing and got into the 190s 2 of those times. However, I sure know how to gain weight back, and the third time at a weight of 243.2, I had a vertical sleeve gastrectomy in Portland, Oregon through insurance, and I saw lost weight last August of 161.1. But due to an overtraining injury for training for 2 full marathons and multiple half marathons, I pissed off a tendon, threw myself a huge pity party, and I gained 40 plus pounds really quickly. So on June 1st, 2017, I decided to revise from vertical sleeve gastrectomy to a full traditional duodenal switch with a 2 anastomosis surgery. So it's not the DS loop, it's not a CDS, which is pretty much the exact same thing with only one, is the traditional, which sleeve is already the portion of the stomach of that surgery, so I was already halfway there. So last time I came back to you was week 22, and I wrote my notes in my hand. I was 179. I've been fluctuating, this and that from my running. So last week I was 175.8, and the scale this morning was 175.7. So that's a 0.1 pound loss, give or take, hit and miss. It was my female time last week, so who knows. I was hoping for a better number, but you know, whatever. Life gives you lemons, make lemonade. I had talked about, I think, about making a goal before Thanksgiving. My goal, truthfully, was to see like 169 point anything, and that's just because Turkey Day weekend is the only weekend generally when we go down and visit family, and that's when I visit my stepmother and my father, and they were the ones who saw me last Memorial Day weekend, right before I went to Mexicali for my surgery with Dr. Esquera, and they did not know what I was doing, but I was like 208 or plus back then. So I already, you know, I've lost way more weight than I could have hoped for when I had to have to see my stepmother again. But I don't know, for some reason just 169 would have been really great, but you know, that's like 3 days away. I'll be leaving like Thursday morning at like 3 a.m. So that's not going to happen, but I'm good with it. So I had made a whole sheet of notes, and of course I can't find that now, so I'm going to wing it. So one thing I did want to talk about back on the weight front was because my highest known weight was 277.6, that makes me like 102 pounds down from my highest weight, which I'm really thankful for that. Additionally, what I'm finding out at my current weight, which I still don't quite buy, because I've actually been able to put on 99% of all of the clothes I bought when I was smaller and wear them. Some of them are still maybe a little too tight in the hips and in the abdominal area. And anything that's too tight around the waist itself, actually, I won't wear, because I am still freaked out a little because of the surgery. You know, the whole gut rerouting is, you know, I don't want to bind up my guts any more than is necessary, just because, you know, I don't want to piss off anything and have any bowel obstruction. So I'm a little more paranoid about that now than I was before, but I I was able to wear a size medium tight knit dress that I'd actually bought before my weight completely went out of hand with the regain, that I never got to wear. Even I was still too big for it when I bought it, but I actually was able to wear that Friday at work, and I was really, really happy about myself about that. So yes, this is long hair. This is totally not real. Actually, I would like your opinions if you are still watching this video this far in. So, I don't know what the back looks like. Does it look semi-okay? I didn't quite style this marriage. Anyway, so I used to have longer layers, so this isn't completely out of character for me. I just haven't had really long hair since before surgery because I whacked it off because of all of the exercise and running a gym. I shouldn't have whacked it off, but I did. But I'd like your opinion because, at the end of January, my husband and I are going on a 2-week Caribbean vacation for our 15-year wedding anniversary. And I'm probably not going to wear it, obviously, like, out, but on the cruise ship, maybe for the nights and things like that. I am thinking about looking a little better than I was when I took my last cruise. So, if I could get your opinions, your votes, yay or nay. Just so you're aware, and I'm not, whatever people call that, since I'm not sponsored or anything. It's Halo Crown. These are Daydream, which means something to do with the shaft isn't a full shaft. They're not all the same length at the end. They're kind of more mildly layered, which for me is more natural. And to get like the full, whatever they call it, was only 12 inches, and I didn't want to go 12 inches. These are 14 inches. These were way cheaper too. I think like $100 less than like the full shaft ones. I don't know. Okay, that's stupidity. Okay, the next more serious thing. So for some of you who may have watched some of my earlier videos, I never told my mother about my revision surgery. If you would actually watch some of my videos after my sleeve surgery, you'd find out that she was told specifically she wasn't supposed to tell my father and or his wife, my stepmother. And my mother actually during my surgery when I was in the hospital, she actually betrayed me. And out of fear, she told them. And my mom and I are like close as peas pretty much. We fight like sisters, and I love her to death, but that was crossing the line. I told her one day it might bite her in the butt. So actually, when I went in for revision surgery, she has no clue still, no clue at all. So that's where again I'm kind of using my audience of however many may watch this video. I was kind of thinking I was going to tell her when I got to goal. And when I say I got to goal, I don't know if that's the 150s or a 140 number. I don't know where the goal is, but it's not here. It's not now. And then I was also thinking maybe I'll just do it when I get to 159, being lower than the lowest weight I was under the sleeve. So I guess that's also where I'm asking your opinion is, should I tell her when I'm at goal or when I have at least gotten to like lower than the weight I did on my own with the sleeve, which was 159. So that too would be helpful. I had some additional things on my list which I don't remember what they were, but one that kind of came about last week that I wasn't expecting was it's kind of a mental mindset of knowing that I have a surgery that is more complicated possibilities. And so when you start feeling things that are weird or different, you really start to overanalyze things. So I'm not bringing this out to obviously like diss my surgery or my surgeon, because I will never diss Dr. Escara from what I know and what I know of people who've had his surgery. It's just a surgery in general. You become paranoid. Oh my God, I'm sorry. I'm still kind of sick, but I'm not sick. Anyway, so in my diaphragm area. Okay, so my rib cage is here. So in this area. So like the muscular area, the diaphragm. on both sides, it was feeling, I won't say naughty, but that would be probably like the best way to describe it to, people who didn't feel what I was feeling. It was naughty, it was weird, but it felt more muscular. And it could have happened because of the clothes I chose to wear. Maybe they were a little too tight. But it felt, that's where I'm getting at. It felt more muscular on the exterior versus the interior of my organs. But of course, that made me think, like, oh my God, am I having something happen? And I can honestly say it has dissipated. It stopped. Friday was the last straw, because I had worn leggings that I pull up higher, obviously to cover all my loose skin and fat, and it just had exacerbated the area even more. So again, I'm just saying, you start feeling things that are weird that you never experienced before, and at least for me, because it was a my intestines were rerouted, it just made me think of, am I in pain? One, am I having something happen to me abnormal? Am I having unexplainable weight gain? And I only mention all those things because primarily what a complication would be for even RNY patients, but DSers would be like a bowel blockage. And the weight gain, the unexplained weight gain, would be because maybe you have something blocked in one of your, they're called limbs. One's the one that passes the food, and the other one's that passes the bile from the gallbladder, which I don't have a gallbladder anymore, and then they connect, and then that's the common channel. So there's two limbs that there could be a blockage in. So if it's in the one limb, I could still have gas, and I could still have bowel movements. And the other one, because I don't quite know what it does until that bile meets with the food one and becomes common channel, that you can have blockage there too. So I wasn't in pain, first of all. It did not feel like it was an interior, and I didn't have any like unexplained bloating or gas or anything. So I'm just making a mental checklist for myself to see, do I think I need to go to the ER? And I know there are other DSers out there, and I don't know what your mental thoughts are when you get those unexplainable things, but that's where my brain goes. So I was able to not check any of those to make me think I may have to go to the emergency room, just have someone check me out. So just make sure that, if you do or don't feel pain, you ask yourself, like legit questions, like, am I in pain? Does it feel like it's not just on the, exterior muscles? Does it feel like it's underneath that, in the organ area? And, are you gaining weight? And that would be because obviously you have like a backup of like something that's obviously not leaving your body. So that's what I got. Not quite where I wanted to go this week with it, but hey, that's where it went. I know this video is way too freaking long, but if you watched all the way through to here, thank you. I do want to add one more positive note. Last weekend, I traded in my extra sports car, and I sold my husband's truck that he owned and surprised him with a new truck. The salesman sucked. He was supposed to have it in my driveway at 1:30 when we got home, and it wasn't there, but because I was yelling at someone on the phone, my husband actually thought I was yelling at my mother. So I was able to still just barely pull it off, and when he went out to meet my mother, he saw a new truck out there. He was confused, and I said, hey honey, I bought you a new truck. So he did choose to sign his title over to the dealer, so he still did have say in that, but he was happy with the decision, and we both ultimately knew that his truck wasn't going to keep going forever. So it was an original 2002 Dodge Dakota when he bought it brand new. So that's a long time, 15 years and like 4 months. So there you go. Best wife of the year. Have a good day. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.